Hi everybody, so this is my new computer now. Oh no, I can show more of my mess. Great. Um, oh my gosh, so much upheaval, so much birthdays. Oh my goodness, it's been absolutely crazy. Um, where do I start? Um, First of all, yeah, I have a big mess to clean up in the house. Divine's birthday was just yesterday, and so I had to do all that jazz. Um, yeah, so his birthday was yesterday. The biggest news that was the caused the biggest upheaval was Riley's birthday, and that's my friend. But they told me like so late, and I like to go all out for birthdays, so um, to be told like so I didn't get to do what I wanted to do for that birthday. And I spent the whole weekend running around and messing up everything because there was just no time to do what I wanted to do. So, um, I don't know. So I just got in. I wanted to get some calculus books for like some pre-algebra. Divine's been working on algebra. You know, he should be done algebra by now. There's many homeschool kids that I know who have completed, by Divine's age, a good amount of algebra books, but Divine is just getting started. I just want him to be familiar at least with the calculus terms so that when he has to do it, his head doesn't explode, because calculus is one of those subjects that will literally put your brain on fire. Like, it's crazy. It's so much. Like, there's just ridiculous amount of memorization and um, you know, if you've ever done calculus, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fire. Oh yeah. So, I don't like this camera. It's so far. It's not as close as my other one. So, anyways, what else is there? Ryan's taking a bath, so he got medieval times. So we'll be going to medieval times for his birthday, which is very expensive. Um, I'm going to be getting a job now for sure, because now Divine is older. Yay! I don't have to pay like $800 a month for a babysitter or for daycare, So it's a lot easier to go out and do what I have to do. Um, Doug came over for Divine's birthday shindig thing last night with the kids, and everybody was there. And, you know, I really just got to explain to him how I view this whole child raising thing. Like, I want to put in 100% because I don't know if my son has tomorrow. I don't know if I have tomorrow with my son. I want to make sure that, like, some people might value their old age, that, they should be well off in their old age or whatever. But I think in my old age, what I want to know is that while Divine was young, I put in 110, 1,000%. I didn't like half job it. I didn't hold back because I didn't want to spend the money or whatever it was. I wanted to make sure that, I really just go all out while Divine is young. So, yeah, I'm just trying to cover up the mess on that table there. So, yeah, so for me, like, I don't care if I'm begging for food when I'm old. When I'm old anyways, I probably can't even take care of myself. I probably won't have the mind after Divine's done with me to take care of myself. So, but right now, while Divine is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, These are the golden years. These are the years for me to plant, 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 plant it to divine whatever he needs in order to succeed, you know? And not just that, maybe he'll choose the wrong things. Maybe he'll decide to, who knows, you know, no, the mother's worst nightmare. But I know that's not going to happen. But I want to know that I put everything in it. So I'm not saying, oh, if only I had dot, 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 dot. You know what I mean? I don't need to live with those regrets. I have divine now. He's alive now. I'm alive now. I'm well now. I don't know if I'm going to be hit by a car tomorrow, and I won't be able to go out and get out and do things with him. So I was just explaining this to Doug that, like, you know, because he sees that obviously this child raising thing is so important to me, right? So yeah. Also too, oh my gosh, saw this girl, you know, this girl, and, you know, acquaintance, and we were talking about university and stuff like that, and she's basically saying all that glitters is gold, and she's one of the biggest cheaters in university ever. Every time I see her, all I hear is a tip on how you can hide things in your bra and ask to go to the bathroom and then take it out and take a look at it. After you've looked at the test, you know what's on there, and you just can't remember it, so you can just pull out stuff. All different kinds of things, boasting about how they take out their phone during the test, because they have accessibility services, and they take out their phone, and, oh, this lady tried to catch me. She's the biggest cheater ever, so she should know. She knows firsthand that all that glitters is not gold. And basically, I was just, you know, explaining to her, maybe this university thing isn't for me, because the first year, I read all the books. I read, you know, all the books, including, I was in the English department, so I had a list all the way up to the table and more of books to read, including, like, Don Quixote. And this was mixed in, like, 600-page books, mixed in with, like, at least 20 different 300-page books, you know, a night. So, and I was reading all of them, and I was reading them to divine, and I was really engaging with the material, and I could really engage with the professor because I was one of the only people reading. But then everybody else in my class was not reading the readings. They're like, oh, all you have to do is go to this website, and you basically get cold notes or whatever. Why are you reading everything, you know? But these people were getting higher marks than me. And all they were doing was working the system. All they were doing was going around, you know? And that's my thing. It's like, I don't know, I don't think we've come to a place in society yet where people can really learn, or even know what learning really is. Like, do I think that these people who are cheating and just working their way around the system learning? I don't know, because they're getting higher marks than me. So are they learning? I don't think so, you know? And then, so what she was talking to me about is that the university teaches you how to think differently. Well, what's the point of thinking differently if you are a conformist every day of your life? Only when you have to do a test or write an essay or something like that do you think differently. But in your everyday life, the choices that you make are just like everybody else. So what's the point of thinking different if everything you do is conformist? So I don't know. So, you know, at the end of the day, Divine made some really good points about how when he has his business or whatever, he is just going to hire who's smart, not just people who went to university. Because let me tell you something. Right now I'm in class with some really dumb ass people. When I say dumb, I mean like, they think a psychologist is a psychic. I say, oh, I'm studying psychology. You know what they told me? Oh, so you can tell me, the other guy that I know who is a psychologist, I'm putting in their words so I can be exact, told me that, just looked at me and told me that I was from Italy, and looked at my friend and told him that he was from Germany. And it's like, that's a psychic. I'm not a psychic. I'm a psychologist. And I had to explain to this person who's in university what a psychologist is. Let's just say this conversation did not go uphill. This conversation was a downhill conversation. And this is a person who has made it to university, okay, and does very well. Top marks in the class that I'm in. Thinks that a psychologist is a psychic. And then once I explained to him what a psychologist is, he is like, oh, I have bipolar. I think I would benefit from that. I'm like, yeah, you should take an entry level, like a 100 or whatever, So anyways, but seriously, it's like, I don't know. It's like, is university even working? Like, I see people who went to university, even on YouTube, scrubbing toilets now. They have their masters. And what they're doing? Nothing, because, you have to be able to affect change in the world. Like, not just impressed teachers, right? So, I don't know. And this whole thing is, too, about Divine learning at home, because basically I send Divine to go to school to kiss up to the right people, but I have to teach him at home because they're not going to teach him. That's not their job. So my heart goes out to all you parents who are at home trying to teach your children all the time, because, seriously, the schools are not doing it. I don't know what school is for. I don't know what's going on there. But, anywho, what else? Divine's birthday was yesterday. Medieval Times, Doug. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's it. I'm just gonna get cleaning, get dinner for tomorrow ready, things cut up and prepared as much as they can be, and yeah. So the plans for Medieval Times is kind of wonky because the special is happening on a Thursday, which is a school night. So I gotta bring the kids down there early as possible, and we're coming home with taxi so the kids can get to bed. I gotta do some research because I always like to send them with some research when we go somewhere. So I'm gonna give them some history in the card about swords, about kennings, and about where chivalry, the word ancient chivalry, came from, which had to do with like things like the being in the court and courtly love, and being chivalrous meant how you would act within the courts, and those people, how they would act. And so, castles, just a building, brought about these words, right, that we didn't even have. And so I'd like to explain the whole development of chivalry, and the whole medieval time stuff. And then I will just explain in the card that they need to go to bed early on the Wednesday night. And, yeah. And then we'll meet. I want to walk down by the water before we go in, because you can see all the stables and stuff like that. And it makes it so much more, because I don't like going there. But I just spent a whole bunch of my money too, so I love being by the water, so hopefully I will enjoy it as much as possible. And we didn't go to church tonight, confessing, but we won't get to go on Wednesday either, because I'll have to sleep in early. But just getting my forms to work in the daycare, and there's a lot of information that you don't need. I guess as I go on, I might start catering my videos to specific issues, and let me just work on keeping it to 9 minutes, like I said in the first place. I'm going to read my New Year's, I'm going to watch the video on my New Year's resolutions again and try to stick to those and stick to 9 minutes. So bye y'all. Have a cup of tea on me and have a blessed and wonderful night. Mwah.